Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ange, and today we're going to go through my December Book of the Month box. And I'm also going to kind of talk about how Book of the Month has gone for me in the past year of doing it. So, here, you know what? It's Christmas time. We are going to celebrate accordingly. And I've got an energy drink, so I might be a little more hyped up than usual. I got my phone, okay. And now, for the main attraction. My Book of the Month box, which is rather large. There are 3 books in here, so this might be a little longer than my normal Book of the Month videos, although I am talking very fast, so I'll try to slow down. Okay, before I look at the books, I'll look at what came in it. Okay, so they've sent... Oh, okay. They sent a bunch of stickers. A bunch of, like, Christmassy stickers. And then they sent the Meet Your 2021 Book of the Year. And that was The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I did not get that book when it came out. It was one that I thought about, and I ended up not. One of the books in here, I was able to... I'll explain it later. And then, of course, Book of the Month. Bookmark. Says, if you wish upon a star, you might read your TBR. This is funny. That's really funny. Yeah, my TBR is rather long, and I'm trying to get through it. What are you doing? Love you too. Okay. Okay, so before I get into anything, if you don't know what Book of the Month is, it is a book subscription box that you can get once a month. It's $14.99. And you get a hard copy. All the books are hard copy. Every month you get to choose from 5 different books. They give you 5 different options, and you're able to kind of read over them and figure out which one you want. If you don't like any of the books, you are able to skip that month, or they do allow you to look at 5 other options that they'll pull from their, like, Book of the Month library. They have, like, add-ons and stuff. So sometimes it'll, like, randomize, and you can pick one of those 5. I think right now you can get the box for $5. I'm not 100% sure. That's how I got into it last year. It was like a $5 something, and that's what I saw, and that's what I did. Each box comes with the book and the bookmark, and there are different perks at different levels, and I'll talk about that later when I am discussing how my year of Book of the Month went. And then, of course, if you are interested in signing up for Book of the Month, I do have a referral link I'll put down below. It's not like an affiliation link. It's just a link that if you use, I get a credit, which typically allows me to get like a free book. So I forgot to do it this time. Normally, I would screen record as I'm choosing my Book of the Month, but otherwise you can get on the app or the website and scroll through the 5 books that they show you. And when you finally decided on what book you want, you can click on it. Then you click on the book that you want. You can scroll down and it'll tell you different things. It'll give you a quick take. It'll tell you 4 different things that are good to know. There will be a review, and there will be a longer synopsis, and also you can preview the book. So the book that I chose for December, I was really hoping they'd have a Christmas themed one because they did last year when I started, and they did. So I got The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox, and I'm actually really excited about this because it is a twins one. So it kind of makes me think of, like, what is it? The Princess Swap or something? The Princess Swap with the Vanessa Hudgens. So I'm excited. I do want to read this. I'll probably read it on, like, the first day we get snow because we haven't gotten snow yet. At least I didn't. I'm really sad. My sisters woke up back home this morning at each of their homes and sent me Snapchats of snow. And I'm happy about that. Like, we didn't get any, but also, like, it doesn't feel like Christmas unless we have snow. And so I want to be able to have snow to read this, and so I can cozy up and just, like, feel the Christmas vibes, you know? Okay, so as always, I should have prepared a little bit beforehand. Let me pull up the app. I like to read you everything that the app tells me about this book. So the quick take is, 'tis the season for hijinks. Twins who could both use a reset decide to revive their childhood habit and swap places. So the thing that's good to know is that it's happy, quirky, there's a love triangle, and it's foodie. So Like on the front, you can kind of see that it looks like maybe a little bakery. This definitely is giving me Princess Swap vibes, so it's fine. So let me read y'all the synopsis, okay? All they want for Christmas is a different life. When chef Charlie Goodwin gets hit on the head on the LA set of her reality baking show, she loses a lot more than consciousness. She also loses her ability to taste and smell. Did she get COVID? Just kidding. Both critical to her success as a show judge. Meanwhile, Charlie's identical twin, Cass, is frantically trying to hold her own life together back in their quaint mountain hometown while running the family's bustling bakery and dealing with her ex, who won't get the memo that they're over. Okay, this is fun already. This is Hallmark. I'm excited. With only days until Christmas, a desperate Charlie asks Cass to do something they haven't done since they were kids. Switch places. Looking for her own escape from reality, Cass agrees. But temporarily trading lives proves more complicated than they imagined, especially when rugged firefighter Jake Greenman and gorgeous physician assistant Miguel Rodriguez are thrown into the mix. Will the twins' identity swap be a recipe for disaster, or does it have all the right ingredients for getting their lives back on track? Yeah, this really, it reminds me of the Princess Swap with Vanessa Hudgens. If you haven't seen that, it's a really good one. I think there's actually 2, maybe 3. I think 2. I don't know. This is the one book that I'm going to be reading this Christmas no matter what. Probably a little closer to Christmas if we don't get snow. If we get a snow soon, I'll probably read this on that day if I can. Otherwise, it'll probably be like the week of Christmas that I read this. But it's just so cute and I'm really excited for it. All right, moving on. The next book I got for free so I'm going to kind of fast forward a little bit, being a Book of the Month member. Every year, Book of the Month does a Book of the Year winner, finalist kind of voting competition, and you get to choose from 5 finalists and vote for which one you think is the Book of the Year. And as a 12-month subscriber, I got to choose one of the finalists for free. So, my options were Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which I've heard is really good. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. And The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. So, I've been tempted with The Four Winds, but I have to be in the mood for a historical fiction. And it's kind of a bigger book. I just wasn't really feeling it. I've read The Lost Apothecary. The other one I didn't know about, and Malibu Rising I didn't really care for. So, I chose The People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I don't really know much about this book. Oh, she's the author of Beach Read, too. Okay. I did not know that. So now, I will go through all of the same things that I did with the Holiday Swap. Wow, this is a 3P author. This was an early release, too? Interesting. And it was one of the, well, it's not now, obviously. And it was a Book of the Year finalist. For fans of When Harry Met Sally, a story of 2 fools in love who might be the only ones who don't know it yet. That's kind of fun. It's happy, it's a light read, a writer's life, and it's quirky. So the synopsis is Poppy and Alex and Poppy. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with a book. Me too. And somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. I don't really know what that means, except that maybe they like carpool together to go home. That's what that sounds like. Anyway. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City, and he's in their small hometown. But every summer, for a decade, they've taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything. They haven't spoken since. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know anything about this book before I chose it. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex, and so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship, what could possibly go wrong? This is totally right up my alley. I'm excited for this. I love these kind of books so much. I like The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Such a great book, and that's kind of reminding me of this. I'm excited. I was maybe planning on reading this, like, oh, cool, it says Book of the Year finalist on it, too. Sorry, got distracted. I was planning on reading this maybe, like, around summertime, because it seems summery, but this might just be one that I pick up when I'm just, like, feeling a vacation-y read. Okay, book 2 down. Okay, we're on the last one. Another thing when you become a Book of the Month BFF, which is when you've been in it for a year, you get a free book for your birthday. And I hit my year last month, which is also the month of my birthday, but I had to have, like, I chose my book and added, like, already sent it and shipped it and stuff. So I got to choose my birthday book this month. So let me pull it up quick before I forget. I'm excited for this one. I don't know much about this one as well, but I've heard great things about it. So the book that I chose for my birthday is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. One of the reasons I chose this book is because I know it's being made into a movie by Justin Baldoni and Colleen Hoover, and I love Justin Baldoni movies. I love him. If you've seen Jane the Virgin, he's Raphael. He also, I think, just produced and directed Six Feet Apart or 5 Feet Apart. I think it's 5 Feet Apart. And something Clouds, a Clouds movie. I can't remember what it's called. So I love him. I've heard this book, like, puts your heart together and then, like, absolutely wrecks it and then, like, puts it back together again. So I don't really know. My manager has read it and she loved it. I've heard you either love Colleen Hoover or you, like, don't like her. I'm pretty easy to please, so I feel like I'll probably like it. So let's see. It's a love triangle. Okay, so it says, this Colleen Hoover novel of a love triangle with some very sharp edges reveals how those who love us can also hurt us. So it's a romance book. It's a heavy read, buzzy love triangle, and there is graphic violence. So this says, FYI, this book contains scenes that depict domestic violence. So I guess just keep that in mind if that's something that triggers you. And the synopsis, here we go. Okay, sometimes it is the one who loves you who hurts you the most. Lily hasn't always had it easy, but that's never stopped her from working hard for the life she wants. She's come a long way from the small town in Maine where she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle Kincaid, everything in Lily's life suddenly seems almost too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, maybe even a little arrogant. He's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily. And the way he looks in scrubs certainly doesn't hurt. Lily can't get him out of her head, but Ryle's complete aversion to relationships is disturbing. Even as Lily finds herself becoming the exception to his no dating rule, she can't help but wonder what made him that way in the first place. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do thoughts of Atlas Corrigan, her first love, and a link to the past she left behind. He was her kindred spirit, her protector. When Atlas suddenly reappears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. I don't know when I'm going to read this. I would like to read it maybe before the end of the year or possibly like after the first of the year. We'll see. All I know is I want to read it before the movie comes out, which I think is going to be a while, so I have time to read this for sure. This is probably going to be one that I pick up when I need a palate cleanser. And maybe the same with people we meet on vacation. So this video has already been super long. I apologize. Let me quickly talk about my experience with Book of the Month. So I became a member last year when I saw the sign up for $5 deal. I chose In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. That is a Christmas book. If you are interested, go read it. It is fantastic. It is so cute. It is a Groundhog's Day effect kind of situation. And it's just really fun. So let me tell you about Book of the Month. Book of the Month allows you to do this reading challenge where you need to read 12 books, read 5 genres, and read 3 debuts. And once you fill those up, you win a prize. So I will be getting a pair of socks in my next book that have like a bunch of bookmoji stuff on them. But also, there are perks to being a Book of the Month best friend, which is where you have been a member for 12 months. And I don't think that counts, like, if you're skipping months. I think you have to, like, get a book for 12 different months. So some of the perks, it'll fill in a little red dot on each of the month as you get a box. And then once you hit your 12th box, you get a tote, which I actually have right here. And don't mind how freaking wrinkly it is. I had to, like, hand wash it because I spilled a drink in it on accident. It's amazing. It's got a magnetic pocket, and it has another pocket inside with a zipper. It's a good size. It's wide and not too, like, long. I really like using it. I use it all the time. And then you, of course, like I mentioned earlier, you get a birthday gift. So you get a free book with, like, your box on in the month of your birthday. So I was lucky and got it right away. You get a discount on everything in their boutique. So you get 20% off of everything. And then when the book of the year is announced, you get to choose from one of them, one of the 5 finalists for free, which is how I got the People We Meet on Vacation. And of course you get exclusive service access. So you can, like, talk to the people behind Book of the Month. And that's pretty much it for the rewards. But like, looking back, there's only a couple that stand out to me. There's only one that I disliked, and that was Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. It just wasn't for me, the writing or the story. And there were 4 that I just liked. I didn't love, but I liked them. And then, of course, there were 8 that I did love, and that includes one of the books that I had gotten as an add-on. I think I had a free credit from somebody that I was able to get a free book. So I chose These Violent Delights. But all the other books that I've chosen, I loved. I think it's a great subscription if you're someone kind of like me who has trouble branching outside of the genre that they love. So, like, I love fantasy. Like, these are all fantasy books. And I just, like, I stick to that genre. And so sometimes it's difficult to branch out and find, like, contemporary fiction books that I enjoy, actually, because I don't just choose contemporary fiction on a daily basis. And so it's been great for finding new books like that. It's been great for romances, holiday books, like just regular fiction books, historical fiction. I don't think I've read any nonfiction. Thrillers. It has been awesome for thrillers. I actually really like thrillers, so this has been great. I've gotten a couple. But yeah, I mean, that's the majority of Book of the Month. It is fantastic. I use these bookmarks constantly. Nate has been using them. Eddie has been eating them. Like, it's fantastic. We all love them. And they always have something funny. This one is definitely my all-time favorite, though. It's just the best. So, anyway, I apologize for how long this is. If you've made it to this far, thank you. I'm going to wrap this up now because I need to go read my book for the rest of the day. I'm on freaking Christmas vacation, thank goodness. And now I have like a month to just chill out and have no school and responsibilities. So here we go. If you'd like to follow me on any other social media, I am on Instagram and Goodreads, and I'll link those down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday, December, whatever. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!